Welcome back to my channel, everyone. You'll see me prepping my nail hand. Again, my name is Janae, and I did earn a few subscribers this week, so thank you so much for your support. I decided to leave my nail prep in real time just to show you how I prep my practice hand. I already have the nails, or the nail bed, covered. I already put those in, and I do glue them to my practice hand. It is something that you are able to do with this silicone hand, and I absolutely love that because they don't go anywhere. So it's just like if you're practicing on a regular person. First of all, I want to wish everyone a happy Mother's Day. I have 3 kids myself. I absolutely adore them. You'll see them pop up on the screen. They are just so cute, and I just absolutely love being a mom. So yeah, happy Mother's Day. And for this set, I also went with the stiletto nail shape because these are my first set of designer nails that I'm doing. You see everybody do like the normal Louis Vuitton nails, the Chanel, the Gucci, all that kind of stuff, but I decided to do Louis Vuitton nails. And I absolutely, like, this was so fun for me. I do it, and you'll see me do a lot of crazy steps. It's just because I'm a beginner, so I like to try a bunch of different things. And since I'm not actually practicing on an actual person, then my poor practice hand gets the best of me. So you'll also see coming up here that I couldn't find a tip to fit my pinky nail, so I just trimmed down the sides of the nail so that way it's more slim and it can fit. And then I also bend it a little bit so that way it curves over the nail at the tip and it fits a little bit more precise. So I had to do a little bit of research for this set because of course you don't want to embarrass the designer, right? That's part of it, but then also I wanted to see if there was a difference. You know, I'm not familiar, I don't shop Prada, Chanel, all that stuff, so I was like, you know, what is the difference between Louis Vuitton and Louis Vuitton and Christian Louis Vuitton? I found it ironic that the story goes he painted the bottom of a shoe with red nail polish and was like, hey, that's it, that's the design that I want. So these are going to be my stiletto red bottom nails. They turned out super cute, and as we go through the video I'll talk a little bit more through this tutorial since I have a little bit of time myself on this Mother's Day. I'm also soaking off a nail that I did yesterday on myself, so giving that some time to soak off while I edit this video. So now that I have all of my nail tips on, I am going in and I am shaping them because I really like this super pointy stiletto. You'll see me do a still shot of that here in just a second. I also will go over this with my e-file because it is a little bit quicker, so I chose the softest grit that I have, which is 240, and I go over that really quick just to score it because I am going to start off with some gel polish. You see a lot of red bottom nails and they're just plain red, but I decided to spice it up a little bit and do some red glitter first. So it was interesting doing this set because you have to work backwards, right? So usually we think, or we go in layers and we're adding on top and doing layers that way, but in this case I had to do the layers backwards because I wanted it black on top and red on the bottom. So that was also fun and very interesting. I did mess up quite a bit today. Everything wasn't perfect. If I were doing these on an actual client, of course I would go in and correct everything. I would never let a client leave my house with nails like this, honestly, but I still thought they turned out pretty cute. My camera does a really good job of hiding all of my imperfections. So since I am starting off with gel polish, I went in with my Beetles base gel. I don't know why I didn't use Model 1s. I think my Beetles was just closer to me at the time. So I go in, I put that on, and I cure that. And then you'll see me go in with my first Model 1's color, which is the glitter. Now I didn't want the glitter to be too thick or too heavy. You'll see 263 there. And this is out of one of their, it's either the Starry Nebula set, it's a set of 36 polishes, or the it's Starry Nebula, Starry Night, something like that. I can't remember the name of it at the time. But then I go in with this super bright red. It looks kind of orange in the video, but it's actually really bright, and it actually shows a little bit better towards the end of the video when you get to see underneath the nail. I go in with 2 coats of that dark red just so it is really dark, and I also go a little bit more than or higher up on the nail, so that way when the nails grow out you can still see the red and the glitter underneath, like as if they were to come in and get a fill later. You would still be able to get the effect underneath. And like I mentioned before, I forgot to finish my sentence. I didn't want the glitter to be too heavy. I wanted it to be speckled throughout because I didn't want it to completely take up the bottom of the nail. I wanted you to be able to see this little fire engine red underneath of it, or behind it in the background. So now I'm going in with the number 15 black powder from Model 1s. People say that black is one of the hardest colors to work with outside of white because of the texture. I somewhat agree with that. I had a lot of fun with it, just trying to get my liquid to powder ratios down. I feel like every single color with Model 1's acrylic is a little bit different. Some of them are really chalky, some of them are really powdery, which are a little bit more easier to work with. This one happens to be more chalky, but I absolutely loved it. I go over it with black gel polish in a little bit anyway, but I had a lot of fun just practicing the acrylic, just getting it down. That's the whole point of my channel, is that I'm a beginner and I do make mistakes. Like this nail, I can never get that little point. You'll see it on the right hand side. I can never get that to fill in right throughout the entire thing. And so, but this layer was really fun. It doesn't have to be really thick. I wanted it to be thin. The cool thing about black is that you couldn't see all the little bumps or imperfections of white when you're laying the acrylic. And since I'm using an odorless monomer, it didn't really dry as quick. It doesn't really set up as fast. And so for this pinky, you'll see how it slowly just drains down the nail. I just let it do the work itself and cleaned up the tip. And it was pretty easy to work with, actually. I really like this. Of course, I just made sure not to get it on my practice hand, because then that would be harder to clean off. But yeah, I really had fun applying the black acrylic. So I'm going to go ahead and let you watch the rest of my application, and then I'll be back. So after everything dries, I did go ahead and file my accent finger, one of the accent fingers that I wanted to do, so that way when I go over it or use the gel polish to actually show you or put on his signature, right? So I thought it would be really neat to do that on top of the nail, since I have the red underneath the nail. It is, since I did file it and I did it on a rough surface, the gel polish did tend to seep into all the little scratches that you get from filing. I probably should have buffed this out a little bit before I started doing the lettering, but it still ended up coming out really cute. So I had to hand paint it because I don't have stickers or anything like that. It actually came out pretty close. Excuse me, I have new, these are Kolinsky brushes that I got off of Amazon. I can't remember which kit that I got them in. I will try to link everything below in the description box, but yeah, these brushes were amazing. Like, I needed these in every single video where I've done nail art. They're really nice, and everything applies because I also used them in the last video that I did, and they're absolutely lovely. And I have one that's even smaller actually. But anyway, so yeah, now you see me go in and I'm doing the designer signature on the nail because I thought that would be a really cool effect. And so after the first one, or after the first layer, I flash cure that with my Model 1's mini lamp, and then I go in and I do a second layer. After I did the designer name, I did go ahead and this time I used Model 1's base coat, but I am going to use Model 1's clear poly gel to build up the nail. I didn't build structure with the black color, so I just decided to use poly gel. I should have probably used poly gel from the beginning, but I am going to speed this up quite a bit because it's just your normal typical poly gel application from here. That you can probably, you'll see me do in a lot of other videos, including my next video coming up, since I'm doing my Mother's Day set today. So I am going to go ahead and speed this up quite a bit, and then I'll be right back. For the signature nail, I use Mia's Secret Bio Builder Gel in a bottle because it's super clear and it's more see-through. With the poly gel, it turned the other nails kind of gray, especially once you file them and put top coat over them. I did try to top coat them before I paint them black polish, and I didn't really like that. But this clear Bio Builder Gel in a bottle, it is just so amazing. I use it in every single video, I feel like, but it's definitely worth it. It's worth the money. I absolutely love it. So I go in and I cure that, and then that allows me to also shape the nail, right? Not only build the nail up, but shape it the way that I want it. And yeah, so you'll see the outcome here pretty soon. So after I have all the poly gel on and the builder gel, I go ahead and I wipe everything with alcohol. This gives me the chance to go ahead and file without my file getting all yucky and disgusting. And I am getting a lot better at applying poly gel and keeping the structure of the nail the way that I want it, or keeping the shape of the nail, so it's a lot easier to file. You can see all of the nails are still very pointy, and they almost look exactly the same as they did before I applied the poly gel. So I am happy to see that I am making progress and getting a lot better with the application. So again, I am going to go ahead and speed this up. I just go in and I file everything, get it the way that I want. So I was going to, I did use a matte top coat. I was going to try to do the half matte, half shiny thing on the nail with like a deep smile line, but it just ended up being a little bit too complicated for me. So you'll see how I went in with a black gel polish to give it a lot darker look rather than that grayish color after I put on the clear poly gel. And absolutely, like it just made it pop so much better. And the reason why you get to see me paint the pinky is I didn't originally record any of me putting on the gel polish, but you get to see the pinky because it ended up actually not curing all the way, and so it looked all wrinkly, and that was just one mistake I did not want to leave, even though I'm only practicing. Again, that is something I would never let a client do, is walk out with wrinkly polish on their finger. It just looks so tacky. So I figured since I'm doing designer nails and I want them to look like a $1,200 pair of shoes, I should probably go ahead and fix that. So after I fixed that, I turned the hand over and you can see the red bottoms underneath, and they just turn out so pretty. So I go in, I wipe the underside with some alcohol to get all of the any of the filing or anything that messed up during the filing process. I also go in with my drill and a cuticle bit so I can get in the corner of that nail and get all that junk out so there isn't any black at all underneath the nail. And then I go over them with my Joya Mia clear top coat, and it just makes that sparkle just shine all the way through. Like I mentioned, I've seen a lot of red bottom nails, but I have never seen people put glitter down before they put the red on, and it was super cute. And I did practice a few times, actually quite a few times before I started this set, because I wanted them to be almost perfect, and the gel polish was the way to go. I do have red acrylic, red sparkly or glitter acrylic number 32 by Model Ones, but it just didn't look the same. And also that red polish just gave it that little extra shine and that little bit of extra red. So yeah, as you see, like I mentioned, I go ahead and I take my nail drill or my e-file and I go ahead and carve out that that black underneath, or that extra product there in the corner. That is one part of the application where I do need to get better at, is it tends to seep down in that really annoying spot. Like, we've all been to the salon where they're just in a big hurry and they always get product like underneath your nail right there in that corner of that crevice, which I guess it kind of helps keep the nail on a little bit longer, but at the same time it's just really uncomfortable and you can feel it. Normally I just go in and I pick it off with my nails, but you can see my nails are a little bit crusty and dusty. I really need to get them done today. But yeah, it's just so once I get all of that off, I go ahead again and top coat those with the Joya Mia top coat after I wipe all of that dust off of the bottom of the nail. So now it's time for the bling, and you'll see in the corner of this nail some of the matte top coat actually look white, so I just peeled it off. And at this point I was like, I am so tired. I've literally been working on these nails for a week in between breaks and on lunches at my job and all kinds of stuff, so I was like, I'm just ready to be done with these. But I do go ahead and put the since it's Christian Louboutin, I did want to go ahead and put his logo on it that you see on his clutches and purses. And I did do it a little bit different than what his actual logo is, because usually the L blends in with the C, but I went ahead underneath the C just to give it a little bit of an extension and really differentiate between the C and the L with the rhinestones. That was pretty hard to do. So, and you guys, I am always trying to improve my videos and how can I make it look better and make it nicer and make it neater. I've been zooming in, right, so you can see up close. And not only that, but I just wanted it to I don't want to make you guys sit here and bore you to death throughout the video, so I try to be more interactive and flash things up on the screen. And then but I am going to go ahead and fast forward the application. This is like really This was very tedious, but I do go back in with the matte top coat and go over the rhinestone glue. And this is my Model 1's rhinestone glue. I absolutely love this stuff. Again, I will try to link everyone below. If you're a mom, I hope you had a great Mother's Day and enjoy your day today. I know that I will. We're gonna have some family over and we're gonna have a good time. So, and also eat some really good grub, you guys. We're gonna get the barbecue ribs going, some baked potatoes, cook some taco meat for anybody who wants some nachos, tacos. Like, we're gonna eat today. We're gonna feast. It's what we all like to do. So I hope that everyone has a great week, and until next time, you'll see me in my next video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your continuous support, sharing, liking. I see everyone that's also followed me on Instagram, and I just really appreciate it. And I'm out.